Hello. Would you like to join me in item farming? That's not what this is about, though. So, basically, I'm becoming aware of this Tiffany Henyard person. Now, I usually don't pay attention to specifics like this, but this is a class act right here. This is a perfect example of just what goes on the boards, on the desks of politicians, behind closed doors of these elites. It's just corruption. And when I say elites, it's anyone who's in a specific seat of power. So it's usually people like court judges, like the heads of things. Now it's not always, and even and it's not usually like this, but with Tiffany Henyard, it's like this is not an isolated incident. Just know that at the highest levels, this is happening at levels you wouldn't even be able to imagine. Now, see, this is what I'll say. You know how they're doing all this weird shit with the funds? Just imagine. Biden printed $2 trillion, like almost $3 trillion, I think, if not more than that, at some points. Like in one sitting. Like just printing trillions of dollars, literally. Okay? Where did all of that go? A war effort? 2 trillion? Yeah, no. A lot of that is just a paycheck for them. And how about COVID? Especially COVID and the election that was going on at that time, and the home voting, specifically, get this, home voting, plus Anthony Cuomo, plus lockdowns, and plus businesses as well, like what do you call it? Mom and pop, organic businesses, not corporate or chain businesses, like actual organic businesses. So the businesses got shafted. The government printed a bunch of fake money, paid themselves. I mean, while they're also just doing whatever they can to maximize the amount of money that they take from taxpayers via taxes. And just the debauchery, the incompetency, they generally don't even work. They really don't usually do anything. They give a lot of PR campaigns and they engage in a lot of tomfoolery, but outside of that, and when I say tomfoolery, look no further than Hunter Biden. He's rather mellow, actually. He's rather mellow. He's just not a politician. So he doesn't have like a media machine and conglomerates behind him, like bureaucracies behind him. I mean, he kind of still does. Well, he has agencies behind him, but not bureaucracies. If it's anything bureaucratic, which ties into legislation, by the way, the bureaucratic, it kind of just pardons him. That's really what happens. It just ignores him. And that's about all you get. But agency, yeah, but he wouldn't be able to do what the fuck he's doing without agencies, right? You know what I mean? So we gotta drain the swamp. Hey, we gotta do that shit. And in fact, draining the swamp, I'm glad that he is. That's why we need Trump, for one. Two, I'm glad that he said that. But more than him just saying that, this was something that has been he didn't come up with that. He may have phrased it in that way, and that's what he was going on, but he didn't invent it. That's not like a new thing. This is 80s, 70s, 60s. This has been going on for a while. It's just, it's gotten so bad because it's been going on for so long But it's gotten so bad, it's just reached a fever pitch moment where, quite literally, everything is gonna fall apart unless we literally just drain the swamp. There's no other way. There's no other way. It's completely dysfunctional. It's, besides being corrupt, the corruption creates dysfunction. Not to say that the corruption is okay if it wasn't creating problems. It's that it literally throws a wrench into the cogs of the machine and makes it malfunction. It's literally what they're doing, just so that they can just so that they can fraudulently take money, steal money, create artificial money, undermining the value of the currency, and then just paying themselves. It's just criminal shit. And I mean, let's not even talk about the other stuff. You know, people would call me conspiracy theorist, like I give a fuck. But this is what it's about. If you've ever seen Sounds of Freedom, just know that Pizzagate was real. This is what the shit was about. It's a whole ass rabbit hole. And the rabbit hole starts with you even saying Pizzagate, and then everyone calling you a conspiracy theorist and you're crazy and all this types of shit, when these people are literally getting away with fucking murder, rape, and all this types of shit right in front of people's faces, while they call the people who are calling this shit out, and just everyone, the whole everything, calling them crazy, treating them like they're crazy. And it's just nonsense. And then whenever they start getting outed, like what happened with Alex Jones, they just prosecute you. Or like what happened with Trump, they just prosecute you. But it's not for shit. Like they can't prosecute you, but they can, because it's a whole ass machine and it's corrupt. But they can't actually get you on anything. And okay, so if they can't get you on something, what they'll do is either they'll kill you, which is what they usually do. But in the rare case of Julian Assange, he became a political prisoner, basically, under false pretenses. A political prisoner because he was falsely being accused of giving information over to Russia, like sensitive, classified information. But instead, what he was actually doing was just blowing the whistle on the biggest fucking corruption scheme you've ever seen ever, that's been going on for like 40, 50 years, 60 years. And the whole system just came crashing down on top of him to the point where there's literally nothing anybody could do about that shit. You just have to wait, cross your fingers, hope he gets out. This is draconian, authoritarian, obviously oligarchic. So it's not a dictatorship. It's actually worse. It's actually worse than a dictatorship. In some ways, because with a dictatorship you have direct government. Or whatever the fuck they call it. It's the direct government, right? But in this oligarchy, authoritarian system of elite families, right, that congregate together and work together on a literal global scale, that is way worse than one authoritarian dictatorship douchebag who likes to kill people because their religion is different, or will by any means necessary in all ways try to conquer the world. Yeah, it's way better than that, but let's not go making friends with them, okay? Because just know that they're going to stab us in the back the first moment they get. That's all I gotta say. Peace.